Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk, a discussion about all things automotive. I'm Cory.
And I'm Matt. And each week this podcast will serve as a catalyst for discussion on all sorts of topics that grind our gears, rev our engines, or just need a bit more conversation.
And Matt, this episode has been over a year in the making. I am very excited to have recorded it.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to get it out to you, our listeners, the Gearheads of the world, because one of the blessings of this podcast for you and I, Matt, is all the people that we get to come across and meet. And we've talked to all kinds of people, Texas country music stars,
TV
stars, you name it. And we keep adding to that list. I got to give Bill a shout out. The last known employee of the Saturn brand.
Yeah.
So yes, we've talked to all sorts of people, and we've come across a lot of different people.
Race car drivers.
Yes, in the process of doing this. And so very early on in the Garage Talk adventure, I think that I like that. I'm going to start using that more. Very early on in the Garage Talk adventure, I came across Mikey of Adrenaline Rally and East Texas Spotters and several other projects now through Facebook and all that good stuff. And, I asked him, I believe, over a year ago, very early on in our Garage Talk adventure. And he just said, no, now's not the right time. Now's not the right time. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know. And,
now we know why.
Yeah, 2020 happened.
Yeah.
We won't go into further detail. We all lived through it. We all know what happened. And finally is his response when I asked him about, will he be doing another rally too? And yes. So we have the joy and the privilege of having Mikey on with us to talk about the 2021 Adrenaline Rally Poker Run. And for those of you unaware exactly what this is, imagine supercars. Some of the coolest supercars you would ever drool over.
All kinds of things.
Yes.
Gallardos,
yes.
Vipers,
yes.
McLarens.
Ferraris. Driving the most scenic route I believe you could possibly take between...
Certainly not the most direct route.
Yes. The most scenic, the least direct between Dallas and Durant, Oklahoma.
You gotta say it right.
Okay.
Durant.
Get me.
Well, that's how I say it anyway.
Call me out there.
No, normal people say Durant.
Yes.
I just make fun of it because it's Durant.
Durant.
And I lived in Oklahoma for a while, so I can do that.
Yeah. Okay. We'll give you a pass on that one. So, yes, I say. I mean, obviously, you can make the route a whole lot longer. You could go all over the nation, but in a day. And so there are 5 different waypoints along the event. It's a poker run, so you draw a card at each stop, and the person with the best hand at the end of the run wins
a little cash.
Yeah, wins a nice little prize.
Pretty cool.
They're also going to be staying at a wonderful, brand new resort in Durant. Did I get it right that time? And so just awesome event that has me wishing that my Chevy Cruze was not a Chevy Cruze. Though if I had something that could legit run and hang with some of the vehicles that he's got registered so far this year, I don't believe it would be in my garage because you and I both joke about the 15-degree incline.
Yeah, I don't think it would make it.
Yeah, I would have to get some sort of lift.
Well, SRT Hellcat, something or other.
You know, the Durango.
Trackhawk, a Gladiator with a elephant.
Yeah, we can make something work. All it takes is money, right?
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, we've stalled long enough. Like I said, I've been waiting about a year, if not more, for this episode. So let's just jump right in. All right, so we are joined this evening by Mikey, and we are just excited to have you and to talk all things exotic cars and rallies through Texas.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Can't complain. I'm kind of excited about this episode as we've been digging through exactly what Adrenaline Rally is. I wish I had a better car. So why don't we just jump right into it? tell us a little bit about Adrenaline Rally, and then we will kind of go into specifics about how you got there and stuff like that.
Well, it is basically a glorified networking experience for car enthusiasts, especially exotic and supercar enthusiasts. We go out and we enjoy some of the best roads America has to offer, and some of the finest hotels and finest dining.
Yeah.
And it's that's pretty much the rundown.
Awesome.
So, how long have you been doing Adrenaline Rally?
Well, I started, I believe it was 13 or 14 when my friend Brad founded the company. He and another friend of his had been doing road rallies that went from coast to coast.
Oh, wow.
So they would ship their cars or drive their cars from Texas to, Los Angeles or Miami or New York. And then they'd drive right past home,
Right.
go to the other coast, and then have to drive back home again.
My
So
goodness.
they decided, there's not really a centrally located road rally. Let's start one in DFW.
Yeah.
There's a great market for it there, and they did. And they knew that I had a similar passion, so they kind of filled me in on it. I went to their first road rally just to be there and be supportive.
Okay.
And of course, that they were still learning the ropes themselves, and turned out they needed some help.
Yeah.
So I was there and willing, and just kind of kicked off from there, man. I've been doing it ever since.
That's the funny thing about events. You could go to them year after year after year, and when it comes to actually planning one yourself, you're like, wow, more went into this than I thought it did.
Oh, man. It's so much. It really is.
So we are on your website now, adrenalinrally.com, and we are just looking through some of the pictures and some of the vehicles from past events. Name drop a little. Tell us some of the rigs that have been part of previous.
Well, let's see. The first rally, we had so many Vipers that we made the cover of a Viper magazine.
Nice.
And I think it was captioned Vipers Take Over Adrenaline Rally.
Nice.
At heart, I'm a Viper guy. Brad, the founder, is as well. So that's always an exciting thing to have a lot of Vipers. We've had McLarens, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Porsches, pretty much anything you can name on the high end there.
Well, like I said, I've just been drooling over the pictures on your website, and
I still do that.
you even go as low. I mean, when you're talking about McLarens and Vipers and Lamborghinis and stuff like that, I say you go as low, air quotes, as Camaros run pretty deep in my blood, and I saw a Camaro SS on there, so that made me smile.
We've had a few Camaros and Mustangs. We've even had a Hyundai Velociter tag along.
Nice.
It was highly modified, and I'll tell you what, man, he got out there and he got it. He hung with everyone.
That's cool.
Yeah,
so,
it was.
It looks as though y'all have a run coming up this year in 2021. What can you tell us about that?
Finally. That's what I can tell you. Finally.
Yeah, because you and I have been acquainted for, over a year now, about as long as I've been doing Garage Talk, and 2020 was not favorable for a lot of things.
It was an absolute nightmare. That's the year I acquired the company, and that's the year that I planned on going huge and having multiple rallies. And yeah, I don't think I need to say much more on the subject. It didn't pan out that way.
So greener side of the pasture. Let's talk about 2021.
Yeah, 2021, we finally have our second poker run in the works. Not in the works, but it's going.
Awesome.
Registration is open. We are going to go from Dallas to Durant, which is only about an hour drive, but we're taking the long route, going up through the Talamina Scenic Byway.
Oh, yeah.
Hitting some of those cool mountain roads. And we're going to be amongst the first to stay in Choctaw Durant's Sky Tower, I believe is what they call it. It's their new big luxury resort.
Awesome.
That's sort of why we've waited until August to do it, is so that we can have that featured.
Okay. Well, again, makes me want to. My cruise would not hang. I can tell you that right now. Y'all would leave me in the dust, and I would be struggling to catch up. But so you said registration's open now. How's that coming along?
It's going well. We always get a surge of registrations as soon as we open,
Right.
and then there's just this long, terrifying pause where everybody's sort of waiting to see who else is going to sign up.
Right.
And then right as we approach closing registration, all of a sudden we wish that we had more slots available.
All right,
So,
Gearheads, you heard it here.
Some of the cars, that we have registered so far, we've got a Ferrari California, Ferrari 458.
Nice.
Let's see, we've got a GT3 RS,
Okay.
an Alfa Romeo,
Nice.
and I won't give away the whole list right now, but
Okay.
it's shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, Gearheads, are we in that lull now? do we need a little push for registration? Because if you are listening to the sound of our voice right now, head on over to adrenalinrally.com and sign up. This is your chance to meet some amazing people. Like you said, networking opportunity. Get to see some awesome rigs. Be one of the first to stay at a luxury hotel and create some memories in the process. So if you wait too long, as Mikey said, you might miss out. So now is the perfect time to sign up. So adrenalinrally.com, go check that out and get signed up. You've also got a very well-worded explanation of what to expect from the poker rally. So or the poker run, sorry, say it right. I'm very excited for you. Really hoping that this goes well. Looking to hear more stories from it as it goes down. So, anything else you want to dig into on Adrenaline Rally, or anything specific you want to?
Oh, not particularly. There's one other point that I have for the poker run.
Okay.
I'm excited to say we have finally been able to lock in a private viewing of Gone in 60 Seconds
Nice.
at the resort. And that's something that took way more work than it should have, but it's finally locked in.
Yeah, all those trademark, copyright, and all that fun stuff. But, that is a movie that ranks up there with some of my top car movies. But every time I go back and watch it, I'm like, God, the acting is just so bad. But that's not why we watch it. And, so that's one of those, I guess I could put it in the guilty pleasure movie category that I don't like to admit that I enjoy it as much as I do, but I do. So there it is.
So kind of like some of the Fast and the Furious movies.
Most of
easy. Oh, hurting my feelings. So as far as putting this type of event together, what all goes into some of the detail work? Like, how do you go about picking a route and where you're staying and all? Like, how does that even come about? I've not personally been involved in a poker run event of any kind, so give me some detail about how that works.
Well, do you want the logistics of the poker run itself or the route planning?
Yes.
Why don't we start with the route planning?
So, the route planning is the most grueling part. It's fun. It's grueling.
Yeah.
We pick a region and generally try and pick a hotel, a destination, and we just set out to explore roads. Of course, we don't want the same roads that anybody could go find.
Right.
But also, on the flip side of that coin, most of the roads that aren't so often traveled are absolute trash roads. Last thing I need is to take a line of supercars through a road riddled with potholes.
Sure.
Yep.
Or even one pothole. If somebody breaks a wheel, I could very well take the blame for that.
Right.
And don't want to do that. So we could make it 100 miles into our initial route that we're scouting and hoping will work. Find something terrible, just a set of railroad tracks can do it. And we've got to double back, go all the way back to where we started and start from scratch. So there are weeks and weeks of just driving all the roads in whatever particular region we're in. Then, of course, we have to make backup plans.
Yeah.
Because a week or so before the rally, I will go run the route personally, and there's a good chance I'll find some road construction.
Yeah.
Which we also don't want. So then I've got to run the backup route, and
So
hopefully it all goes without a hitch. But
do you have a special reconnaissance vehicle?
whatever's cheapest on gas
Yeah.
and still comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say get something with a terrible suspension in it too, just so you feel every single bump.
That is a very good point.
But,
We do take that into consideration. There's been a few times I've hit a bump and said, okay, if it feels like that in a Civic, what's it going to feel like in a Lamborghini? Craziest comparison between cars ever, but there it is.
I've
I
got
love
an
that.
idea for a GT review.
That's fantastic. I love it. I love it. All right. So on the poker run side of it, how does that work and what does that look like?
So we will have 5 stops. The 5th stop may very well be the final destination point. At each stop, everybody draws a card. We take down what the card is, and whoever has the best hand at the end of the route wins the prize pot.
Nice. Okay.
Hmm.
Very cool.
The more we talk, the more I want to go. Like,
We have had people rent cars to come on these.
Hey.
don't
Heard of.
don't tell me that. You're taking away my one excuse.
I've got the best story pertaining to that exact situation.
All right, let us hear it.
Unfortunately, I can't tell you.
Ah,
You plan on interviewing Brad at some point as well, I believe.
yes.
And I don't want to spoil his opportunity to tell his story.
Okay.
All right, Brad. The issue, Mikey has issued a challenge right
That's
here
right.
to come on this podcast and share this story that we have to hear now about renting a vehicle for a rally. I am very intrigued, to say the least.
It's a good one.
All right. Well, so Matt's over here Googling right now just all the roads that you had mentioned earlier. And so he's somewhat familiar with the routes traveled between Dallas and Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
So have you been down these roads? Have you been in this area?
Well, as Mikey mentioned, this would not be the typical route you would travel to get from Dallas.
Yeah,
To,
you were typically going for shortest distance,
Yeah.
least fuel, least time, right?
Certainly wouldn't cross the Arkansas border
No.
to get from Dallas to Durant. So
No. That is most definitely the scenic route.
So usually when we do these, we so the last time we ran a somewhat similar route, we wound up in Tulsa
Okay.
at the Hard Rock,
yeah.
which is great, but it doesn't leave much time to enjoy the destination when you're driving home to Dallas, San Antonio, Houston,
Right.
which
Gotcha.
is common for our participants. So part of what I'm trying to do with taking over Adrenaline Rally and changing things up, I want to leave more time to enjoy the destination, make it a little bit more of a vacation.
Yeah.
So I really like the idea of sort of doubling back towards Dallas. Everybody's just left with a 1-hour drive home. Nobody wants to drive 7, 8, 9 hours one day and then have to drive 5, 6, 7 hours
Right.
home the next day.
Yeah.
So you touched on an interesting point where, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, the usual suspects. Where are some interesting places participants have joined from?
That's a good question.
Really quiz
I know
you
that
here.
there have been a couple. They're not right at the tip of my tongue at the moment, but San Antonio, we've had quite a few from San Antonio, and that's
Yeah.
maybe the farthest. Shreveport, of course. I think we may have had 1 or 2 from El Paso.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that through this podcast that we extend your reach a little bit and we tickle the fancy, so to speak, of some of our listeners from further away, Seattle, Washington, Washington, Virginia, something like that. It'd be really cool to have a furthest traveled recognition at the
Definitely.
Adrenaline Rally for 2021. So
That would be awesome.
You'll have to keep us informed on that and let us know
Yeah.
if you get any pretty far away registrants. And maybe, who knows, we might make an appearance at some point.
Yeah.
We'll see you at the finish line.
Team Garage Talk sounds like a great idea
Yes.
to me.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah. I told you we need to build a car, Cory.
I have not disagreed with you on that fact, Matt. The current finances of Garage Talk have disagreed with you on that point. Yet to come. So we are very much looking forward to that. Yes, Matt and I have got some grand plans. We will join you one year with a project vehicle. And I'm very excited about the future we are building too. But I don't want to give too much away right now. Right? It's too easy. Yeah. All right. So
Are we doing the convertible or the coupe?
the coupe.
Okay.
Definitely. Well, yeah. We'll take this offline. So, Mikey, talking more about you personally, this should be easier. I shouldn't catch you off guard with any questions of where's the furthest distance you've had someone register yet. Where did your love of cars, your passion for vehicles come from?
I honestly cannot answer that. It has been around reportedly since I was a toddler, a small
Hey.
toddler.
Got started
My
right.
mother says she and my father went to purchase a car. We got to the car dealership. They took me out of my car seat, and I immediately went full sprint across the parking lot towards a red convertible,
Nice.
screaming, "Eichel car, Eichel car."
Nice.
And I've had the bug ever since.
Hey, I am pretty sure my 3-year-old is right there with you. So any sports car looking vehicle is a Corvette. Any off-road looking vehicle is a Jeep. Team Jeep. Wearing my Team Jeep shirt tonight. And every once in a while he'll throw a Mustang in there because he's learned that word. So he's learned Camaro. I had to teach him Camaro because how Mustang came before Camaro, I do not know, but I rectified that very quickly.
He understands power over yeah
No.
something.
No.
I don't know. I was trying to.
You're not selling me.
No, I got nothing.
No way. No dice on that one. So that is awesome. Yeah, we've definitely started ours young. Sounds like you started very young yourself. So that is awesome. Any interesting rigs in your vehicle owning history?
A couple. Of course, nowhere near what I would like to be able to boast. I think my favorite, and this one's going to get you, it was a 97 Mustang GT.
Yes.
I respect the Mustang. I do. Because if it weren't for the Mustang, there would be no Camaro, there would be no Challenger, there would be no Pony Car War. So, yes. Anyway, continue. Sorry. Side rant.
So it was a, I think I mentioned it was GT. It had the Stalker 2 polyurethane body kit on it. It was boarded, polished, the works. When I found it, it was exactly what I was looking for. I put the key in the ignition, pushed in the clutch, started it up, and it rumbled. And it was the rumble that I'd always. So I took it for a test drive, and the transmission exploded.
You break it, you buy
it? On
it?
the shifter and hit the ceiling.
Oh.
It exploded.
Mm.
So I bought the car, naturally. So what I was thinking there, but I did. And I commenced to dumping every single bit of change I could possibly scrape up into it for the next several years.
Absolutely.
And
a wise person once told me Ford stood for fix or repair daily. So I could have told you that's what you were getting into. But
there's a few of those out there.
Yeah.
First on race day also.
Yeah.
That's right.
To some. Anyway, continue.
Besides that, it's mostly just been project cars that never really got where I wanted them to. Got sick of dumping money into them and watching them rot regardless, and flipping them only to buy more project cars. I've currently got a 94 LeBaron convertible
All right.
It's a project car.
Did not expect a
doing much with it.
LeBaron to come up in this conversation.
I didn't either. I don't know how it happened. Don't ask. But there it is. It's only got like 70,000 miles on it. So
Nice.
I think that's what really attracted me to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had to Google LeBaron. I'm in love.
Yeah. When I think of LeBaron, I think of that Seinfeld episode where was it Costanza bought what he thought was John Voight's old? Was it Costanza or
Oh, my
Kramer that
goodness.
bought John Voight's old?
Stands up.
Yeah. And it turned out to be some random, completely different John Voight. And so basically, he just bought a piece of junk LeBaron for no reason. Because why on earth would John Voight have a LeBaron? All right.
They were a thing for a little while.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a very little while, but yes. I think they would do really well in that Radwood group that we were in on Facebook. Which
Hey, Radwood is cool stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
Which brings me to my last line of questioning before we jump into random misfire. So I do believe what brought us together in the very first place was a group that you had gotten started called. Now, I have to ask this because everybody who owns a company with these three letters refers to their company in one of two ways. So it's ETX Spotters or East Texas Spotters. Which do you prefer?
East Texas spot.
Okay,
East
so
Texas. All right.
East Texas Spotters, a Facebook group that you have added, you have created, and Matt and I are both part of. Basically, where anyone around the East Texas, and I see as far as South Texas, and we've had some California posts as well, can post any cool cars that they see. I know today I added a little Defender 110 that I spotted out while running some errands today. So you never know what you'll see in real life. You never know what you'll see on that Facebook group. But what was the inspiration there? How'd that get going?
I think we all enjoy spotting cool cars,
Yeah.
and it's always, it adds some thrill to the hunt to get a picture of it.
Right.
We all enjoy seeing what each other have spotted, so that's basically it, man. I thought it was a fun idea and went with it, and it's turned out to be quite a lot of fun.
Yes, it has, and it's fun seeing who all's in there. And I'm like, wait, so and so's in there? I didn't even know, and so it's just fun to see who all's posting pictures in there and sharing with the world around us some of the awesome vehicles around Tyler in the East Texas area. And yeah,
We've got some. Sorry,
go ahead.
We've got some heavy hitters in there too. It's pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
A vast portion of the members of that group have exotic cars themselves.
Yeah.
You know, one of these days I'm going to get a picture good enough to be the cover photo. So that is a goal on my bucket list. I am going to get on that cover. And I expect no special treatment for coming on my podcast either. I want to earn it, Mikey. Let it be put on the record.
Okay, fair enough.
So, yes. Oh, was that the general that you
That
just
was
scrolled
the
by?
General.
All right.
Yeah, I'm flipping through some pictures and the Bandit in the background.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a nice little double spot there.
I was trying to see if that awesome. Now I don't know why this one hasn't made the cover yet. It's like a late '80s. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
The Chevy G15 with the side pipes and the American flag tearing through the side of it. Like that's cover photo worthy right there.
That van life. Now, I'd say the one, scroll up just a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to give my brother a little fun because really close to my house is a VW thing that I ran by one day and got several really awesome shots with my iPhone in the RAW mode of it from multiple different angles, and I forgot to post it in the group. And then my brother must have been coming back from one of his kids' doctor's appointments because it's really close to the clinic all of our kids go to. And he posted a picture of it, and I did not realize I was logged in as Garage Talk at the time that I was giving my brother a hard time. So I hope everyone in East Texas Spotters knows who runs the GT Garage Talk. But yeah, I had to give him a hard time just because his was a generic drive-by photo, whereas I took the time to, truly get the right angles and lighting.
Yeah.
But
Dropped the whole photo shoot on it.
I know. And what I shared on the group was not nearly what is saved on my phone. I've got quite a few just because you never know when a good VW thing picture will come in handy.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Well, that brings us to our closing segment. Matt, I will let you intro this one.
All right. So this is probably one of the favorite parts of the interview that we get to do. It's called Random Misfire, and it's 8 because every car should have 8 cylinders.
Unless it has 10 or 12.
Unless it has
16.
4,
No.
6, whatever. No, the classic random misfire code, right? PO300 that plagues all gearheads was kind of the inspiration for this. But it's just some fun back and forth questions to kind of end out the interview. So, Cory, you want to fire us off with the first one?
I will. So we've talked a little bit so far about your vehicle history, and I have to know, do you name your vehicles?
I do.
Yeah.
Not every time,
Okay.
but I do.
Okay. Any notable names?
Right now, I have Fussy the Fusion.
Awesome.
And given my my view of Ford, I can imagine why she's fussy.
No comment.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I think I've dug that knife in about as far as I need to for this episode.
All right. Do you prefer building or buying cars? Like, just would you rather have one that you built yourself, or would you rather have one that comes with a warranty and you don't have to worry about?
There's a lot to be said about a good warranty.
I'm going to be hung for this.
Uh-oh.
But I prefer bought. I absolutely hate working on cars.
Well, given what you told us
Fair
earlier about all the project vehicles sitting around, I can definitely see why that would be your answer. So you will not be hung by me.
No, not at all. That's an acceptable answer.
Yes. And like I said, there is a lot to be said about a good warranty. So my first
Definitely.
vehicle, 91 Cadillac Eldorado, not known for its reliability. There for a while, every other month, it was having some transmission issues.
Yeah.
That got old real quick and
Yeah.
made me long for a vehicle with a warranty because, usually if your vehicle has a warranty and there is something bad enough wrong with it, they'll give you a loaner car.
Usually.
So, yes. Yeah. If all goes well. So we've got a fun one that was recently added thanks to our friends over at Brake Check Show.
Oh, yeah.
The two dreaded things in the automotive world, especially when done poorly. Either one of these, if done correctly, is not an issue. But would you rather drive a vehicle with a ZVT transmission, which I know is redundant, a continuously variable transmission, or would you rather drive an EV?
Oh. Not where I thought you were going. Oh, man. Okay. I've got to say CVT.
Oh, all right.
No, wait. Tesla falls under EV. So,
It does?
Yes.
yeah, I'll take EV.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Like I said, that one is from our good friends over at Brake Check Show. You can check them out, brakecheckshow.com.
Oh, yeah.
But we had a good conversation with them back when we had them on our show, and we just had to add that one to the list.
That was a good question. Yeah.
That's a good one. It's a good one.
All right. You spend a lot of time behind the wheel, checking out new roads and routes and things like that. When you're zipping through the back roads of South Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma, what's your favorite road trip snack?
Corn nuts.
Okay. Nice.
Absolutely corn nuts,
Yeah.
ranch flavor.
I was going to say
Ranch
any
flavor.
particular flavor there, but all right.
Nice.
And,
Okay.
and of course, beef jerky. Who doesn't love
Well,
beef
of
jerky?
course, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Uh,
Have you run across yet the Hard Times beef jerky?
I have not.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a company out of El Reno. You got to track them down. Sometimes they're kind of difficult to find. Every once in a while, I'll find them around here, but it's worth having. If you like a good, dry, thin cut, tough beef jerky that you can chew on for 20 minutes, it's spectacular. It's wonderful flavor. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Nice. I will definitely check that out.
Yeah.
all right. Since we are on the carving back roads
Right?
kind of mindset here, favorite driving song or genre of music?
Oh man, my music collection is so diverse. I couldn't. I'm not sure I can even answer that honestly.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of a flavor of the day kind of thing. I know today I was jamming to 80s. There'll be classic rock in there sometimes, Southern rock. So, yeah. Did I stall
I
enough
do
for you to come
enjoy
on?
some good techno electronic
All right. Maybe
vibe too.
Yeah.
If I'm really getting into it, then
Right.
some Daft Punk in there or a little bit
Yeah,
more?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I just wanted to see if there were some common ground.
Maybe
Yeah.
some Beirut,
Yeah.
Sandstorm,
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. So
plenty of throwbacks there.
absolutely.
Very cool. Okay. All right. Manual or automatic?
Manual.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
That was
but-
almost too easy for
yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
you got to mix it up. CVT or EV, Matt. Come on.
Well,
Make it
I
hard.
know,
Catch
but,
him off
like,
guard.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Hmm.
If we're gonna ask him the hard ones, we gotta ask the easy ones too.
Yes, that's true. Okay. So, I only get one left, so I got to make it a good one. All right. So, we talked about Gone in 60 Seconds earlier. Y'all are doing a private screening at the end of the poker run. Favorite car movie?
Cannonball Run.
All right. So,
The original?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I have to admit here, I'm coming to the confessional. It's on the watch list. It has not been. I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
So
Don't watch it
Oh,
with your
no.
kid in the room.
well, yes. So next topic, please. All right. So
All
last
right.
one, Matt.
Last one. Let's see.
I know there are quite a few good ones on here.
Although I do have to say I rather enjoy Need for Speed
Okay.
just because it's the hypercars.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, so yes. I own it. I've watched it a couple times. I am probably going to go back and watch it now that we've talked about it. That's another one where the acting is completely just atrocious. The story is terrible, but the
There's a
cars
lot
are
of cool
awesome.
cars. Yeah. Yeah.
And I know for me growing up, I'm not a big gamer. My gaming expertise, if you want to call it that, revolves around racing games and Need for Speed in particular, and MLB The Show, which I also have not played for many years. So Need for Speed was very pivotal in my life growing up, and we always wanted, and we got one, as we got older into our teenage years, but we always wanted a force feedback steering wheel.
Oh yeah.
But we started off with a joystick.
Oh.
So I am racing cars, like pushing as far forward on this joystick as I can to really get as much speed out of them as I can.
Yep.
That was a good arm workout. I'm not gonna lie. So yes, Need for Speed, that whole franchise in the game world. When they brought it to the big screen, I had to go see it, and when it came out, I had to buy it. So yeah, that's my rant.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna end us off on an easy one. Sweet tea or unsweet tea?
I actually like both.
Okay. Like a 50-50 thing, or you're good either way?
That's a flavor of the day thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes I get the semi-sweet where it's mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. It's flavor of the day.
Nice.
So that one, I can't believe has lasted as long as it did because it was brought on specifically for Bogey.
For for
the very first person we ever asked these questions.
Still comes. It's a legit question.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a legit question, especially between the two of us, because I am Southern through and through. Dang it! And there better be enough sugar that my spoon stands up.
Yeah, no, I will not drink that though.
No, I can't handle it. See, and I'm sweet enough already. I don't need the extra help, so that's why I drink unsweet tea.
All right. So, for those of you blessed, wise enough to support us over on Patreon, we've got a couple more questions that we will ask Mikey over there. You can head on over to patreon.com/GT Garage Talk and hear the next two questions that we will ask Mikey. But until then, let's just kind of wrap up with Mikey here and now. For those on listening to the main channel, Mikey, why don't you close us out? Where can people find you, what you're doing, and get involved with Adrenaline Rally?
We are on just about every social media platform. I've even recently started a TikTok.
Oh boy!
So there's some entertaining videos there. Facebook is where most of the stuff goes on because I'm an old bogey like that, apparently. Nothing on MySpace.
Yes.
Twitter, Instagram, of course, the website, www.adrenalinrally.com.
All right.
And yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Awesome.
But it's pretty readily available.
All right.
Very cool.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing more and more stories from the August 28th, 2021 poker run. If you are at all interested, like Mikey said, adrenalinrally.com is the best place to find links to all the content that he's putting out there. So, Mikey, thank you again for coming on and talking cars, talking Adrenaline Rally. Why don't you hang out with us just a little bit, and we'll get those last two questions for our Patreon members.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you guys had me on. I've enjoyed it.
Good.
Well, thank you. All right. That was a fun one.
That was good.
It was well worth waiting for,
Definitely.
I believe, on my end. But there's going to be a follow-up episode on this one. So
Post-rally, we'll definitely have to have him back on.
We'll have to have Mikey back on post-rally. We need to know this story about renting a vehicle to join the rally. So, like I said, challenge has been issued. You know who you are. I know you listen. So that's not arrogance, right? That's confidence. That's confidence. Anyway, so
I'm thinking it's an awesome idea that we should do.
But then are we just ripping him off? maybe it could go with the unlikely heroes. And it's all the vehicles you would never expect.
I mean,
and there's almost an award for the first person to break down and not make it.
Right. Yeah. Was cheapest supercar on Facebook kind of a thing, and see what we can come up with on that. I'm down.
All kinds of juices flowing up here. Ooh, I don't like that imagery. All kinds of ideas flowing through my brain at this moment. So yeah, we might ought to change the topic here. Anyway, as we said, you can head on over to adrenalinrally.com. Thanks, Matt.
It's that bad.
Sympathy laugh there. Yes. Head on over to...
It won't stop.
I know. It just keeps... You can hit the button again. Just kill it. Kill it. Matt, kill it. Yes. AdrenalineRally.com. And you can find out everything about this year's poker run. Matt, go on and hit that button. If you want to know more about what's going on with Garage Talk... No. Make it stop. Gotta find a new sound guy. I've put the button too far away from me. But yes, if you want to find out more about Garage Talk and what we're doing, head on over to gtgaragetalk.com. You'll find links to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Until next time, bye.